most of you know that in my project, and today I want to just present some updates on that. So today I want to talk about the two main projects, screening, developing new miticide for Varroa mite, evaluating potential fungicide for mites, and a little bit talk about the new bee diagnostic lab. And yesterday we talked about oxalic acid, so I don't talk about that. So for the first project, we know that for Varroa mite we have a different option to control that, like a cultural control, physical, biological, or chemical control. And yesterday Sam talked about a different miticide that we are in the. Can you hear me here? Is it good? No? Okay. It's not working. Sorry. So we have a different chemicals in the market that you use to control mites. But as you know, these are came to our market as in 1993, 2002, 2008, and 2016 as a new product. But we know that those products are not working very well, and the mites show the resistance to them. And we don't know about the bivarroa and APVAR. For APVAR, there is some reports to resistance to this from the, I think, state, Mexico, and the Czech Republic. And we can expect that because this product is almost 10 years in our market, and you use 10 years this product. So we can expect that our mice resist to this product quickly, maybe in coming years. So, and if you already use a piston in your hives, we can expect that the new product have a resistance, might have a resistance to this because of the cross resistance, because those products, bivarroa and apiston, they are from the same family, from the pyrethroids. So we started from 2016 a project to screening new chemicals, new miticide, to find a new medication for Varroa mite. This miticide that we tested, they are not new chemicals because we are not chemists. We cannot create new chemicals. Also, we tested the miticide that they are available in the market, but so we use them in the different crops, for example, in greenhouses or in the canola and other crops. So we tested this miticide in the lab. Overall, we tested 26 active ingredients. There is a list of the sum of products, but with different mode of action. Emitrals that we use in our colonies, they are inhibit the octopamine receptors. But we are looking for another products that they have a different mode of action. So first we tested the chemicals in the lab, and then we tested in the field. In the lab, we had two different kind of formulation. Formulated product is the product that already farmers use in their farm. But active ingredient, they are pure chemicals that we purchase from the chemical companies. We tested in the different concentration on the bees and mites. And also we run the positive control, emitrals, negative solvent, and the two death control. Death control is that we must know that the chemicals are able to kill our animals, like bees and mites. We use 10% emitrals for mites and dimethioates for bees. So it's crazy. In the CDC North, we have a mite farm. So we have to rear the mites in our site. So we put, I think, Sam or Cassandra yesterday, they mentioned, we put drone frames in our colony to produce more mites, and we every morning we have to collect fresh mites for our experiment. So in the small glass vials, we put a half ml of the chemicals to inoculate inside the vials, and introduced 8 or 10 fresh mites to them. After 4 hours, we calculated and counted the dead mice, and after that, we moved the live mice to clean centrifuge tubes, and after counted the 24 hours. So this is the first method. We use the 5 methods to evaluate the efficacy of chemicals on the mites and bees. Also, with this microinjector, we put a 0.17 microliter of each chemicals on back of the mites. It's very crazy. Mites is very, very tiny, and we have to put a drop on the back. And let me back here, this picture. So our guys, they are working here with this machine. This is under foam hood. Foam hood is very, is very powerful and suck the air. And in this experiment, when we want to put a drop on the mites and the foam hood, they suck the mites and the mites fly up. So it's crazy, crazy. So in the third experiment, we collected new emerge bees, and we put them in the small mason jars that already we put 1 microliter of the half a microliter of the chemicals in each jars, and after 24 hours we counted the bee mortality. So for fourth experiment, we again dropped 1 microliter. It's very easy. 1 microliter of the chemicals on the back of thorax of the bees. Then we calculated 24 hours mortality for bees. In the last experiment, we created a new plastic cage in Alberta. So for the last experiment, just we could test the chemicals on the bees or mites separately. So in this cage, we put the bees and mites at the same time, and we tested, looks like a hive. The bees walking on this small strip that already contaminated with chemicals, and we can evaluate the mortality for 24 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours or so. Initial data show that. So this is a number of, I picked 10 chemicals out of 26. Number 3 is Miticides as a positive reference control. So the mite mortality is almost 100% after 24 hours. So if see the bee mortality here on the left, some product like the number 1, number 4, number 5, they have too much bee mortality, like more than 70%, or bee is around the 40-45%. So we cannot use this product because this product, number 1, 4, and 5, they had almost 100% mite mortality, but they are not safe for bees. So we excluded this product from our experiment. So if we have look at this data, this product, number 8, 9, and 10, they are almost a good result because they have almost high mite mortality, and they were safe for bees because their bee mortality is very close to the Miticides. So our program was that every year we tested some chemicals, and we excluded the bad ones. We excluded, and again we selected the new chemicals every year. So in this plastic cage, we tested for I think 2017 was 23 products. Number 3 is Miticides, but some products like number 4, 8, 14, 16, 19, and 21, they had a good result in the mite mortality. But if we back to the bee mortality, so you can see that the number 4, number 14, 19, 21, and 22 had a very high bee mortality. So we have to exclude this one from our experiment. So from this experiment, we found that 2 products, number 8 and 16, they had a very, very low bee mortality, and they had a good result in mite mortality. So from the lab, we picked around I think 9 products, and we tested in the hives. In these hives with the 3 parts, and we put a sticky board to collect the mites, and we use the Apiculture as a positive control. Overall, after 4 years, this graph is a result of the 4 years research. So we found the APY, sometimes I cannot understand the color, it's a pink, I think. Always I have a problem with my wife. I said, it's a red. He said, no, it's a pink. Yeah, sorry about that. I think it's a pink. Yeah, APY is pink. This, I think, orange arrows, they show the time of treatment. 1, 2, 3, 4 times treatments of the chemicals. So the pink one is APY. APY is just, we put the APY once, no 4 times. So we put the APY, you see the mite drop after the 8th time of the sampling. After that, there is no any mite left in the our colony. So if you go to the number 16, active ingredient number 16, again, the green ones, I think, is go up and down, and again, there is no any mites left in the our colony. So for the number 7, is a blue one, is very low, and red one is number 10. Is not too much daily mite mortality. So if you go to the black line is number 8, product number 8, as you see the mite mortality drop increase through our experiment. So for us, there's only the best product so far was the 2 products from out of the 26, number 8 and 16. This is the first step for screening a product. So another project that we did was evaluating a potential fungicide or antibiotics for control Nosema serrani in honeybee. Again, we picked some antibiotics that are available in the market, around I think 12 products. We tested in the lab and field. And you know that we have 2 products. I don't know, anybody use the Nosema in their colony in Alberta? No? Okay. So I very interested to know what's the Nosema. So far I didn't test that. So, but you know, only we have a fumagillin, and we don't know how fumagillin affects on the Nosema serrani. Because you know that we have a fumagillin for more than 60 years in the market to control Nosema apis, but we don't know how it affects on the Nosema serrani. In the last IPM, beekeepers asked us about this paper that the Nosema serrani escaped fumagillin. Is it correct or not? So we tested this hypothesis because that guy, Huang and et al. 2013, we tested 25 milligram per liter fumagillin is a recommended dose, and the lower dose than the recommended, 1 milligram 500 macroliter and less. So overall, they tested on Nosema serrani and apis, this fumagillin. And they found after 20 days, that blue line is for very low level of the fumagillin. And the low level of the fumagillin, they cannot control the Nosema serrani. See, Nosema serrani is around the 140 million spores per week. It's very, very high. So they found Nosema fumagillin in the lower dose of recommended, they able to control Nosema apis, but they cannot control Nosema serrani. So we tested this hypothesis. Oops. Sorry, I think that. Okay, sorry. Yes, please. Yeah. Thank you, sorry. Oh, thank you. So, okay, yeah. So we tested the fumagillin on only Nosema serrani in the lab with a different concentration. Next slide, please. So our results show that we tested different concentration. Another click, please. Yeah. So we selected different concentration, 3 concentration lower recommended dose and 5 or 6 concentration up under recommended dose. So this graph showed that the next click, please. Yeah, this graph showed that the brown line show the economic threshold for Nosema. But is it, careful please, is the economic threshold 1 million spore per bee is for Nosema APs in the hive? I'm not sure I can use that it is correct or not. Anyway, I show that here as economic threshold 1 million spore per bee. So I think it's no battery. Thank you. So this experiment showed that the fumagillin at the higher level, higher than the recommended dose, are able to decrease the Nosema spores, Nosema serrani. But if you have on the right graph, there is a bee survival or bee mortality. Next one, please. Yeah. Most of the higher dose of the fumagillin killed more than 50% of the overbees in the bioassay cages. So, is it maybe a trade-off for fumagillin? Fumagillin are able to control Nosema serrani, but other side they kill the overbees. So this is for a lab test, but we have to test it in the field how fumagillin affects on the Nosema serrani in the field. Was working? Thank you so much. Great. Thank you, Rana. Okay, good. Oh, nice.
Well, mine was nice too.
No. I think it's 2020 is new. Okay. So, this is the second project that we tested different fungicide or antibiotics for on Nosema. So we picked the 12 compounds plus some control fumagillin, again dimethoate to kill the bees, positive negative control, and different concentration of chemicals. We tested in the bioassay cages. These bioassay cages we put around 120 new emerge bees in each cage. So this is the experimental design. Our experiment was for 20 days. When we put the bees in the cages, on the day 0, we fed them with the Nosema spore, fresh Nosema spores, Nosema serrani, or a treatment. And on day 0, day 5, day 10, and day 15, we collect 5 live bees from the inside the cage to know how much is Nosema spores in the bees. And in the last day, on day 20, we collected all remaining live bees. And overall, through the experiment, we collected all dead bees from the bottom of the cages. So overall, for the 3 years experiment, this is a part of result, not all of them. So we found that this one is fumagillin, average of the Nosema spores per bee in million. For fumagillin is almost nearby 5 million. So another product, like product number 2, 6, and 10, they had a lower Nosema spores in compared to the another products, but it's not very good if we compare with the fumagillin. It's still significantly high. So this experiment showed that this product maybe have we can able to control Nosema, but it still needs more work to develop a new product. So if we go to see how many bees live in through the 20 days or dead bees, you can see fumagillin is here. I think it's pink one. Yeah, average of I can see is around 40%. It means that 60% of the bees die because of the fumagillin, nearby positive control. But the best product for the bee mortality, they had a higher live bees were number 2 and 6. So in the last graph, we picked 3 products, number 2, 6, and 10. But you see, 10 had around 6.6, or mean that the 40% mortality. So for our experiment, we just picked the 2 products, number 2 and 6. We tested this product in the field in the first year, 2018, because we have only access to the one product, one active ingredient. Number two, we tested the lower dose on our colony in the nukes, and we compare with the fumagillin and negative control. So first, we spray the Nosema spores, Nosema serrani, on the frames, on the bees, to inoculate them, and every week for 4 times, we spray the chemicals in different concentration on the bees. So the results show that here the fumagillin is the blue line. You can see after 4 treatments dropped by very low level in compared to the active ingredient number 2, because we use a very low concentration, 0.1% and less. So this product, in that time that we used the treatment in the chemicals, result was very close between and non-significant between active ingredient number 2 and fumagillin. But after we cut the treatment, the number of spores increased in active ingredient number 2. So it means that this product is not working, or we have to treat them every day to control Nosema. So again, if we have an economic threshold, fumagillin drop the Nosema serrani level to economic threshold, but active ingredient number 2 is up and down. We cannot still pick this product as a good product. So let me go to the next year, or 19. We tested 2 more product, number 2 again and number 6 in different concentration, higher concentration, 0.25% and 0.5%. And we compare with fumagillin and control. But in 2019, we fed them. We didn't spray the chemicals. We fed them with 200 ml syrup plus active ingredient. So we set up the nukes with the 4 frame of the bees, and we feed them in these small plastic jars. The results show, I think, we have an economic threshold here, but I put the economic threshold here, 1 million, but I'm not believe that is correct or not. So just to compare the result. So if we go for fumagillin, is the blue line. From inoculation is almost 0 in the highs, goes up, and 4 treatments for fumagillin is up and down. But you see fumagillin still is up after 4 treatments. So if you go for product number 2 or black line is go up, and after 2 treatments almost, or 3 treatments, is coming down under the economic threshold. And also active ingredient number 6, the pink line, is going up and down here. So after 4 treatments, you can see the Nosema level is under economic threshold and lower than the fumagillin. It's interesting result. So for this experiment, we found the 2 products is working for Nosema serrani, active ingredient number 2 and 6. And so for the next step, we have to test this product on the full-size colony. Let me go back to the last project that we are screening miticide. We found the 2 miticides, number 8 and 16. They are able to control mites, right? So some references say that heterocyclic compounds like active ingredient number 16, they have a wide spectrum of biological properties like antibacterial, antifungal, anti-inflammatory, anti-AHV, and anti-cancer. So this product is a miticide, but are able to affect on the fungus or Nosema. So first we fed them the bees with the active ingredient number 16 to how is it safe for bees or not. For 10 days, we found that it's not affecting too much on the bees. And we run another Nosema experiment. It means that in this experiment, only we fed them active ingredient number 16 is a miticide. Careful, is not antibiotic. We fed them bees with a miticide and we compared them with antibiotic fumagillin and positive control in different concentration. So our results show that after 20 days, average of the number of the spores in miticide is very, very low. Compared to the fumagillin is 8 million spores. It's crazy. It's a miticide. But I don't know how it's work on the Nosema. So if we have a look on the daily bee mortality, except the 0.1% is very high daily bee mortality, but another lower dose is almost safe. I can say it's safe for bees, but this one still is need more works. It's a good option, because if we are able to use only one chemical instead of the two chemicals in our hives, we can control mites and Nosema at the same time. But this method that we use by oral method, it means that we feed them bees with chemicals, we increase the chance of the residue in the honey and wax. So, but they still need more works. This is the first step for experiment. So overall, let me wrap up my talk. So overall, for these two projects, we found the two products that are working for mites, and two products are able to control Nosema in colonies. But we tested this product in the small colony. In future, we need to find the effective dose, the best delivery method, test how is effects on the bees or bee safety, and how affects on the queen productivity and fitness, and how much these products put the residue in the hives, and how is our winter performance in our colony that treated with this product. So this is our project that we did in the CDC North, but let me a little bit talk about a new lab, bee lab. So already we had two labs, general labs that we tested Nosema cerani, Nosema or Varroa, we processed the sample, and one pesticide lab that we tested chemicals. In the new lab, we have a molecular lab that we can identify the AFB, EFB viruses maybe, and this is just for internal use. It's not for the service for out of the government. That our inspector that collected the sample, we will process first year to find a better result, and then we send them the result to confirmation to National Diagnostic Lab. So, and I want to thank you, Patricia, because she helped us to establish this lab. At the end, I want to thank our sponsor from SDF and Government Alberta, Growing Forward too, and also Alberta Beekeepers. I should be a special thank to Mike, Terry, and London for support us in oxalic acid experiment, and Method, David, Charlie to support me for this project, and many people, Olivia, Cass, Ali, Rosanna, I think Galen is here, right, and Sam to support me and help me for this, and many people involved in this project, and I want to thank you, all of them. Yeah.
It was Halloween.
It's a Halloween time. Yeah. Okay, and thank you for having me here and listen to my talk. Thank you so much.